Welcome to another segment of Real Spill. I'm Charles Michael, aka Big. This is another Charlie World production. Where were we? Okay, we was finishing up on my life story. So I was going through the part from where my parents had passed. I lost my parents and all that, and I lost totally my whole family while I was in prison, and that was the suffering that I mostly did. Out of all the things that I lost my family. That was one of the main things, the struggle that I constantly deal with now. Not being able to be there for my family, for my mother and my father and my brothers and stuff, really kind of affected me real deeply, man. And I think about all the wonderful things I did and I did for them, and also myself, and a lot of the things I did for people. But the reward, the worst reward that a man can get is when he's in prison or he's incarcerated and he loses family, his entire family. That's something that you can't get back. And that's one of the major things that I deal with right now. Just, being able to cope with not being able to, see my parents. Well, my parents have been gone by now, but at this particular time, when I first got out, I had a real rough time of dealing with that. Even though I was trying to play it off, I was trying to be strong for my children and all that stuff, but it really took a real psychological effect on me. And out of all the things that, like I said, the wonderful things that I did, this was the worst thing that I would never wish on no man, to lose his whole entire family while he's incarcerated. You can take away all the nice things that I had and I accumulated and I came across and being able to do and places I went and all that stuff. I give all that up just to be able to be there for my family, when they was passing out, just to be at the funeral, to support, being able to mourn with my family and things of that nature. It's real critical when you have to deal with that kind of situation, man. And I just wish no man had to go through that. I went through that, man, and it was real rough for me. I think I suffered more than most of the people that ever went to prison that if they haven't lost their family, man. If you come out and your grandparents are still here, your mom is still here, man, you're very fortunate. Your parents, your sisters and brothers, like I said. And when I did get here, the only person left was my sister, and then about a year later, she died. So, the only relief that I actually got was being able to be there, for her, but it still destroyed me, man. All the stuff that I went through came back on me, tenfold. But, I'm here, man, but I just thank God that I was able to muscle through all the stuff that I was able to go through and still be here, because I feel like as long as I'm existing, I have to psychologically believe that, I'm keeping my parents in existence, because the DNA is still here. So, I realized that. So that's one of the main things to keep me going. Yeah, but I just want to say, man, that I'm very grateful for the life that I have lived and things that I have done. But I know I still got a little ways to go, God willing. But the life that I did live, man, I had a wonderful life. But the sour part about it is like I lost my whole family during the process of all that. And with that, I just want to close out and wish all y'all and just tell you to keep your head up, even if you get fed up. No matter what, just keep going, man, because that's what I'm doing. Peace.